Hey, it's the Marine here. I'm in a new tank for me, the Type 64, and I am on Halluf. The Type 64 is a premium Tier 6 scout tank. It's pretty comparable to the T-21 as far as its gun, and its body looks a little bit like the Hellcat. As you can see, I'm running binocs, camonets, and I also have a speed governor on here.
Time to roll out.
Being that this is a Tier 10 battle, what I want to do is get down into the D4 area and spot the tanks coming up at A3. I'm hoping that the 183s behind me will go to the usual camping spot and take some shots on these guys as they move across. As you can see earlier, there really isn't too much going on. I am just trying to get my team to actually do some damage on these individuals as they move up, as I am spotting them all. But unfortunately, no. I am playing this tank without Sixth Sense. It's about 70% through its first skill right now. I'm hoping, well, once I do get Sixth Sense in here, I do intend to go up the Chinese scout line. What I would eventually like to do is get up into about C6 area. However, as you can see from the mini-map, right now they have several medium tanks at H67, plus some medium tanks along the 90 line that I just don't want to deal with. As far as I can tell, I'm not being shot at right now, so I'm pretty well stealthed up. So really what I'm waiting for right now is just having the opportunity to use my speed, my maneuverability to find the opening and start wreaking some havoc on these enemies. Now you always have to assume that they have some TDs up at C6 or C7, B6 area, and so going up too high will probably get me spotted here. I really don't want that. And there's the tank that I assumed that would probably be up there. Now I'm not sure if I got spotted, and so I immediately back off. Now what I assume here is that the 268 is going to be looking towards the A1B1 area. So I pulled just far enough, I'm able to get spots on Lorraine and on the Leo 1 without going up too high and possibly being spotted by the 268. I really hate being so passive, but the situation is really called for. There's way too many good players and excellent guns remaining on the enemy team.
That one bounced.
I'm trying to be really picky and choosy about which tanks I shoot at.
Enemy armor is hit.
No, should be pretty safe from many of them, but I want to make sure that I'm only shooting at tanks when I am probably no longer in line of sight of anyone else. That Lorraine keeps deciding to poke up there, so I'm just gonna knock down these buildings for my team. And for some reason I'm shooting straight through that building. That or it's non-destructible and I wasn't able to tell from that distance.
That one bounced.
The STB is one of those tanks where I can penetrate them with standard ammunition, as long as I don't hit them on the upper front or on the turret. So at this point I decide let's go play with the 268. I feel like my team has somewhat of the advantage, and so I am coming in here at the 268. I did ping the map to let the 183 know that I was making this move.
That one didn't go through. Target acquired. That one bounced. Ready to fire. Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration. We didn't penetrate their armor. Where'd they go?
And 183 heshed the living crap out of him. I probably should have stayed a little bit further back there so that my team would have had a little bit more clear shots at him. However, I wasn't thinking about that at the time, and I'm glad that the 183 was able to take him out. I'm trying to figure out where the Sta 1 went. I feel like I would have a good opportunity to mess around with him and get some good damage out of him. But I want to make sure that I do it when he's isolated. Like I can probably assume that he is now, since 34-2 and the IS-4 are up there with the enemy IS-4.
Target acquired. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is hit. We're immobilized. Enemy
this player
Vehicle
should have been
destroyed.
shooting a lot more quickly than what he should have. He should have been using auto aim to attempt to try and kill me. However, he didn't, and so he paid the iron price. And there's only one tank to get. Now 183 is asking for Top Gun, and I would like to give it to him. However, he is on the other side of the map, and I really don't want to wait for him, considering I have 84 health.
Permission to engage. Penetration. We didn't even scratch them. We didn't penetrate their armor. Enemy armor is destroyed.
Alright, let's see what happened. As you can see, this was indeed a mastery badge. I feel like the threshold for mastery with this tank is probably a little low. I probably would honestly have 3 or 4 mastery badges already. However, those battles ended up being losses. But I finished up making 57,000 credits with a base XP of 3,528. This is doubled. I did 1488 damage for base overall experience without any multipliers of 1176. And I made 43,000 profit. I don't believe I used hardly any premium ammunition, so my profits were able to stay pretty high. This tank does not make great credits, but it makes it enough that it can be somewhat fun to run. And I really like playing these fast, quick scouts. Anyway, hope you enjoyed.